and welcome to Have a Chat. Happy Easter Monday. We are so excited to be here with you today. It's a long weekend for most, and I'm here, of course, with my fantastic, amazing, incredibly wonderful co-host, Judy Loja.
Keep going, keep going. No, I'm happy to be with you.
You bribed me with chocolate.
Yes. I'm having a little bit of a chocolate hangover today, but that'll be gone by noon.
I think everybody's having a little...
It's
1 o'clock.
No, tomorrow. Tomorrow by noon.
I think everybody's got a chocolate hangover.
Yeah, it was good, though.
Yeah.
You had a nice Easter, Veronique?
Had a wonderful Easter. We spent it with family.
Yeah.
Pretty much all weekend, which was lovely. And it was my dear Uncle Michael's birthday.
I know.
And so we had a big family celebration on Saturday night when you and I got to eat some scrumptious treats and overeat a little bit.
And spend time with all of our family and friends, which is always going to have memories in the back of our mind, right?
I know. Yeah, I love doing that. And then Sunday, of course, the wonderful turkey dinner.
And all my family was home. My immediate family, except for Jennifer.
You had a big do on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, big. Jansen couldn't make it because of his schedule. He didn't have Easter Monday off, so unfortunately he thought, why come home on Friday and go back Sunday? It's just too much of a long drive. It's a long drive. It's an 8-hour return drive, so we missed him, but he'll be done at the end of April. Yeah. So we had a great time.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a nice weekend.
You have a quote for the day?
I do have a quote for the day. So this one really spoke to me this morning. So always remember that in some way or another, you are somebody's angel. Even if you don't know it, they love you and think of you, even if you don't hear it every day. Trust that there is love all around you, even if you cannot feel it. You are not alone.
How nice is that? And I love that first line. Always remember that there's an angel around you.
Yeah.
I believe that. I believe in angels.
Yeah, I do too.
Do you?
I do.
Do you believe that we all have a guardian angel?
I think mine is probably, drunk because she's so tired of having to watch over me. And so she needs a little boost, but I do, yes.
You do.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And you know what, and I mean, you and I, of course, both have the same faith. Mm-hmm. And, I'm very faith-based, and we don't often talk about religion on the show, but I truly do believe that, my families that have gone are up there watching over me, and I talk to them.
I believe in guardian angels, and I do have a great faith, and I think the thing about you and I is, even though we have the same Catholicism as our faith, I appreciate everybody's faith. Yeah. I respect each individual, all of our viewers, for what they believe in. I never judge, each to their own, whatever they think. Yeah. And but like sometimes my friend will say, she's in Halifax, you're such an angel, and I think if she only knew, I could be such a bad actor. Yeah. But I think, I look at my mother, she's an angel to me.
Me too, and my mom too.
Right. Yeah. So earth angels.
Yes.
But they say that there's a taxonomical structure too about angels, that there are hierarchies.
Oh, really?
And that there are choirs, like the seraphims and the cherubims and the thrones and all of that. They come into different levels, and they say that if we believe that we have a guardian angel, we shouldn't try naming them because they've already been assigned a name by the upper power.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never read any of that.
Now you know.
Now I know. See what you learn on Mondays?
Yeah.
But it's, I always find it so fascinating speaking to people of different faiths.
Me too.
Because it's amazing, how many similarities there are amongst a lot of the religions in the world. And two, for the most part, it's just about, being the best person you can be.
Being human.
Yeah. And even people who don't aren't necessarily faith-based in their lives, like who may be atheist or just don't believe. They believe in something, whether it be science there's always a faith in something, or someone. So it may not necessarily be in a higher power, but it could be their own knowledge, or it could be faith in science or something.
I like to take that person and not judge, just look at them as the individual, not even knowing what their background is, and just looking at them for all their assets and attributes. And,
I agree.
Yeah.
So it was also April Fool's Day yesterday.
Did you get anyone?
No, I'm glad. I'm not real swift with those things. I'm not real creative when it comes to those. So I just try to avoid them altogether.
The worst I ever did was when I was probably way over having to have the baby stage.
Yes.
And I told my husband that I was expecting.
Oh.
And I kind of took the breath right out of him. But it was on April Fool's Day, and he was very glad that it was.
Yes. Okay.
We'd had our family by then.
Oh my goodness. But it also, we need to wish Audrey, who isn't here with us today because she had some family commitments today, which is fantastic. But
Yep.
anyway, it was her birthday yesterday,
It
so we want to
was.
wish Audrey a very happy birthday, belated from all of us.
And a wonderful year ahead, Audrey.
Yes, my goodness.
We'll see you back next week. And my sister has one coming up, Colleen, if you're listening, April 6th. And you deserve a wonderful day. We hope to celebrate you and take you out. And for all the wonderful things you do in our lives, back to you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, my God, I love Colleen.
Yeah.
So it's also World Autism Day today.
It is.
So April 2nd is World Autism Day. So it's a day to bring awareness, so a day to talk about autism and all of the wonderful things that people with autism have accomplished in the world.
Totally.
And all the things that they bring into our lives on a daily basis.
Totally.
Yeah.
And on that note, I guess the big buzz now is The Good Doctor. I have not seen it.
Well, you know what? I didn't get on the bandwagon when it first started, but I did start watching it a few weeks ago.
Are you fascinated?
I am. He's amazing.
They say for a person that is not affected with autism that he is unbelievably convincing.
He is amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's quite the show. It's funny. It's dramatic.
Okay.
Now I haven't watched the season finale yet because I hear it's quite sad.
Oh.
But it's PVR'd, so we'll see how that goes. But I actually have gotten into it the last little bit.
Is he a known actor from other movies
Yes.
or TV shows?
He's been acting since he was a small child.
Okay, see, I don't know him. I've seen
Yeah.
his face and still haven't connected.
Yeah. No, he's been in quite a few movies.
People just keep saying, I can't believe
Yeah.
his ability. So
Yeah.
I'm going to check him out for sure.
And I've gotten to work with the Autism Center here in Miramichi, and it's funny, the traits that he exhibits I've encountered in many of the people that I've worked with, and it's really amazing actually to think that he must have researched so much.
Yes.
But
Studied.
he's showing the brilliance though of and the abilities of someone who even though he doesn't have autism, but it is based on that that there's so much that they can give to this world.
For sure. I could count many people that I know that are just so talented in so many ways and thriving and in the public and working and doing so much.
Exactly.
That we have to give them a lot of credit.
Exactly.
Making a lot of strides.
Now you have a thought-provoking
Yeah, we
question
like
for
to sometimes give a thought-provoking question, not just for you or I to answer to, but to our listening audience, because it just gives you time to contemplate certain things in life.
Yep.
And think, what would I do, or what is my answer to that question also? So
I'm
it
ready.
includes everybody to hear today. My question is, what are things in your life, Veronique, that you know for sure you will go to that will calm you in a situation when you might be feeling turmoil? But 3 things that you know for sure will bring calmness.
Yep, my mother.
She's your calming factor?
Yep, my mother for sure. I pray.
With you on that one.
And I listen to music.
Okay. Any particular? Is it like gospel music?
No,
Or?
no, not usually. Usually it's either like 50s rock and roll,
Oh.
or I'm a little obsessed with country lately.
Oh.
But my playlist is just it ranges from like
Everything. Music takes you.
hardcore rock and roll to a little bit of gospel to country to everything in between.
Music will take you away.
Yeah.
And your mother, knowing your mother, is just one of those people that she just has a presence about her.
She does.
And it lends that comforting.
Yep.
Yeah. Like a.
And I can unload to my mother, right? So and I know it's not going anywhere. And but I pray, and I discovered for me when I developed anxiety a few years ago that repetition of praying and because whether it be a prayer that I know from my childhood or just talking to God or to my grandmother who I talk to quite often, it's that repetition for me. So it brings my mind right back.
Yeah. Well, there mightn't be religious people listening to the show, but for those who do, I think my favorite prayer of all times is, Holy Spirit, I adore thee.
Oh yeah.
I love thee. I thank thee. Enlighten me, guide me, strengthen me, console me, inspire me to what I should do and say, and command me to do it, and strengthen my will to carry on my resolution, and give me the grace of perseverance. Amen.
You know what? I don't know that I've ever heard it, Judy.
I love it. So that's one of my calming go-to prayers.
So what else do you
You're
do?
not going to say it again, are you?
Gosh, no.
I love holding babies. That's I don't care if they're awake, just staring at you.
Yeah.
Holding an infant to me is one of the most calming, and especially when they're sleeping and just lying there and breathing and innocent.
Yeah.
And because there's not much innocence left in this world when it comes right down to it.
Yep.
They're just the most beautiful little creatures. I love to walk beside the water, and specifically an ocean.
Yes.
Because it's so vast to look out there and the sound of the waves.
Yep.
And I just love the beach. It sounds corny
Yep.
and what would you say, typical for calmness?
No.
But a walk along the beach
Yep.
definitely is on my list of things to do.
Aw.
And I'm with you on the prayer.
Yep.
Contemplating life and just quiet.
Yeah. Okay. I have a question for you.
You do?
Yeah.
My age? No.
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 No. Is intelligence or wisdom more useful?
Wisdom. Just for the simple reason that it's acquired over time from the time you're born,
Yep.
and able to comprehend the language of what your parents are telling you and your teachers and your other mentors and friends. And you log all those moments that you've been enlightened with information.
Yep.
And that somehow, so then when you're in a group or a dinner party or a one-on-one and there's a conversation going on, you can draw on your wisdom.
Yes.
And give some life lessons based on that. So
Yeah.
if they're talking about politics and they're all intelligent about who's going on
Oh, yeah.
with what in the world and the wars and all that, you should be informed. I believe in that.
Oh, for sure.
I believe intelligence is very key to being successful in life. However, I think wisdom comes from every angle all through your lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And if you acquire enough of that and keep it up there, it's going to be shared with your children and their children's children, etc.
Yeah, I agree. I think for me, you're born, I think, with intelligence or a little bit less, depending on your genes and how that all comes together. But wisdom is gained no matter who you are, right? And so as you go through life, there's always things that you can learn from, and you can always learn from people around you. So I think it's I may intelligently know the answer is yes or no, but I need to know the wisdom whether or not to answer it, right?
Exactly. Well, my brother was over yesterday from Fredericton, Bruce, and as you know, he's a sports writer. He's the editor for the Daily Gleaner. And he was talking about being in a picture recently with 82-year-old Willie Ree.
Oh, yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong with the name, who broke the color barrier in the 60s.
Yep.
And he's an NHL legend, basically.
Yeah, Willie O'Ree.
Yeah, O'Ree. And he
Yep.
lost an eye when he was 18 and just kept on going. And he's been honored. Wayne Gretzky actually dedicated a whole, I think, a chapter in his book about him.
Yeah.
So Bruce has his picture with him, and I said, that's honorable to be, and a privilege to be seen with Willie O'Ree at his age.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I always find your brother's writing fascinating. I know he's the editor now, but I always find his writing fascinating.
He's got a lot of appreciation for the elderly, and that's where a lot of our wisdom has been acquired, right? From these senior people that we have to
And
look
that's
up
what
to.
I find amazing, like especially in our First Nations communities around us. You often see that those traditions and everything transferred from the elders to the younger people, and the wisdom that they have gained over their decades of life, and I find that amazing.
And how they honor it and do such things every year in the powwows, and how the young children are that are involved, and learning how to dance and learning their prayers and learning how to come together. It's admirable.
Yeah, no, it's quite amazing. It's so we're in April now.
Yeah, is it going to storm again?
I think so. It's supposed to snow and rain this week.
Wow.
In our region anyway, in Miramichi, so it's hard to understand.
And there's not much elsewhere, which makes it even tougher. Like Halifax has 0. I think my son's in Antigonish and St. He said there's none.
No.
I'm thinking, that's okay. We're strong Miramichi people. We'll have to take it as it comes.
I'm
But
sick
I
of the
want to
snow.
get out of boots now, and I want to get out of coats.
Yes.
And if you do that, you're going to get
Yes.
sick, because if you're going to go breezing around with the neck wide open
Yes.
and shorts on at this time of year, it's
yeah. No, I find I don't know if it's as I get older. I'm just getting more and more less tolerant of winter.
Me too. It does come with age.
Yeah.
But the word spring, I was just thinking about the word spring and the wisdom I've learned about spring. In the 14th century, it was called, in the Old English, they called it springing time. Back in the 14th century, because of the plants, developing and blooming and all that.
Okay.
Then it went from springing time just to springtime, and now that was in the 15th century. In the 16th century, it just became spring.
Okay.
So it all has to do with the plants and the bloomage and all of that.
Okay. Well, I think, and I love the weather in spring because it's so, it's things are warming up, and the only thing that I struggle a little bit with is that when all the snow melts, you're left with all that crud from the winter, right? But I mean, I love spring because it's such a time of rebirth. I find
it is. That's what's significant. I can't even say it.
Significant.
Have some more chocolate, Julie.
Yes, I
Is
know.
there any?
You're having a little chocolate hangover, I'm sure.
But my poor dog. I mean, spring for him is the best time for her, I should say, because she romps and gets in the snow and rolls around and gets muddy. For me, it's the worst time.
Yeah.
It's stinky. It's bath her
know.
again. It's dry her off, but she loves it.
Because Diva's a big doggy.
She is.
And Jenny's a big doggy, our dog. And, Bud, it's easy. He romps around in the dirty old snow, and then I shove him in the sink, and he's clean. Jenny is 80 pounds.
That's right.
And so I it's not so easy to clean Jenny off. So I can understand with Diva.
And they have to get out. They really do have to get their exercise, and we enjoy taking her. But it's just the aftermath. And poor thing, she'll be sitting in the room, and I'll have cleaned her down. And there's this lavender, like gentle spray that you can put on them. It's really quite pretty and soft and doesn't hurt them. But when she doesn't have it on, my husband will say, "My God, she stinks." And I say, "Well, she can't help it."
Well, no,
the poor thing. But it's almost, I get put out because he's saying it.
Yeah.
So don't be so mean.
No, I know. I get really offended too when somebody says that Jenny stinks.
Yeah.
But I'm like, because we love them so much, right? And like I said, it's so easy to shove Bud in the sink and wash him off, and he has a little bath every month or so. But with Jenny, it's a little tougher. But now there's a couple of really good options here in the region, because there is the self-serve doggy wash at Total Car Wash in Douglastown.
That's right.
Which that helps for sure. And then of course there's Pet Value.
I know.
You can
sometimes I'll just go in there and watch the dogs being bathed, because it's such an experience.
I know.
To see them.
Oh, Jenny looks so pitiful when you wash her. It looks like you're torturing her.
Yeah, it's true.
It's awful.
Do you have any goals for spring, Veronique?
Yeah. There's a few things that I want to do this year, and I decided 2018 was my year of experiences, and the Rock and Run's coming up at the end of June, and so I decided. Originally, Dad was coming home from Africa. He's away working, and we were going to do it together, but his contract got extended. Okay. So I'm gonna do the 10K on my own.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's one big goal.
That's one big goal.
Rock and roll run.
Yeah. You?
I just want to get more fit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mean like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No.
Linda Gray. Yeah. Terminator fit. That would be something else. But when I look at my nephews and my sons, I'm sitting around the Easter table and they're all like this and built and ripped. I'm thinking, it must be nice to be that fit.
Yeah.
But you have to work at it. Like, they go to the gym every day and they walk and they exercise and they do what they have to do. And if they feel healthy and they feel really wonderful, it's not all about being cut and ripped. It's about their stamina and their energy level, and everything's up.
Yes.
So just even if I start small, doing curls, continue on walks and that, I just want to get more physically fit.
I want to get more fresh air.
Exactly. It helps with everything.
Because I spend so much time indoors between work and,
Fresh air is good and helps you sleep better.
That's what I'm hoping, because I'm still not sleeping. So I'm still not good at the whole sleep thing.
It's amazing. We do this show for the last, years, and we're still...
All right, well, we're going to be right back. We're going to break now, so grab a coffee and grab a seat. We have a full show, and we can't wait to see you back in a few minutes. Hi, and welcome back to Have a Chat. I'm your host today, Veronique Arsenault, and I am joined, of course, by my wonderful co-host, Judy Loge. And we have some star athletes on the show today.
And beautiful young ladies.
I know. We're pretty excited. So we are joined today by the girls Pee Wee Panthers. So I wanted to make sure that I got it right. And you just won provincials. Congratulations, ladies. Very good.
I've never won a provincial anything except oratory in my life, so this is just awesome.
I haven't done any of that. But so we have Lola May Much on the end here. We have Hillary Wood in the middle, and we have Meredith Henderson on right next to you, Judy?
Yes.
So, ladies, we want you to tell us, everybody out there, a little bit about yourself. So I'll start with you, Lola May.
Well, we're the Miramichi Panthers, and we went to Ottawa this year. From December 27th to the 31st.
Talk just a little bit louder.
And we played a few games, and the first game was like 16-0 or so.
Oh, you beat them 16-0? That's shameful, isn't it?
And then we made it to the semifinals, and it went into overtime, and we won the overtime. So we made it to the finals, and it was and the finals were held in the Ottawa Senator Canadian Tire Center.
Well, there now.
You got to play on the Senator's ice.
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty awesome.
It is exciting.
So then what happened in that last game?
We lost in overtime.
Ugh. That's okay. You gave it your best.
Who'd you lose to?
Alberta.
Okay.
So you guys got to go, you ladies got to go to the Capital Cup just at the end of December, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and you were chosen as the only team from New Brunswick, right?
There was a boys' team.
There was a boys' team, right? And so there was one team for each, one boys' team and one girls' team from each province, right?
Yeah.
And you were the girls' team, and you got to go and play in Ottawa.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Were you guys pretty excited when you heard that you were going?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lola May, what school do you go to?
Mexican.
Okay.
Brand new school.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
grade?
Grade 5.
Grade 5 at Max Aitken.
And you, Hillary?
Grade 6 at Mexican.
Okay.
And I go to Calfool,
Uh-huh.
and I'm in grade 5.
So you parles français? Oui.
Oui.
Oui. That's
So
great.
now, have you guys always played together?
And Adam too, but
And Adam?
yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about some of the challenges of hockey because, you know, you don't get to any place you've already reached without a lot of hard work and determination, right?
Sure.
So you've got that grit and you've got, of course, you've got wonderful coaches. Let's name your coaches that took you to this last provincial win.
Jamie Henderson.
Jamie Henderson is your dad.
And Sean Wood.
Sean Wood's your dad.
And Evan.
Bryce Silliker.
Bryce Silliker
And Evan Woods.
and Evan Woods.
Yeah.
Oh, and is that your relative too?
No.
No. Okay, so what are the big take-home messages from your coaches? What do they tell you? Like Veronique and I know that it's not all about winning, but it's trying to win, right? It's giving your utmost to get that win. What have they taught you that some of the most valuable lessons in playing hockey? Can you think?
To never give up.
Never give up.
That's a good
To
one.
try your best.
And work really hard.
Work really hard. Every
Yeah.
game, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Anything pop to mind, Lola May?
Even though we may be losing, we got to keep fighting till the end.
That's
I
right.
love that one
That's
too.
right.
It's so true.
Because you never know what's going to happen.
No, it ain't over till it's over, as they say. Okay, so you're the goalie.
Yeah.
And you're pretty, from what I hear, you're a pretty chill girl. Like you don't get all worked up about this game. But you have to be really on the ball to watch those shots coming at you, right?
Yeah.
So you have excellent coordination and skill, obviously. Did you always play in the net?
Yeah.
Okay, always.
Okay, now, ladies, tell us a little bit about some of the trophies because we got a lot going on here. We got a lot of hardware happening on the table. Tell us about that big one, Lola May.
For our provincials, I'm the goalie, and it's called the top goalie.
Uh-huh.
And the whole tournament, I let in the least amount of goals, so then I got this award.
For
Okay.
New Brunswick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woohoo, and it's a dandy size too, isn't it? I don't have any of those hanging around my house.
Hillary, you tell us about what else we got going on the table here.
The big one over there is the top scorer.
This one?
And then the other one is the first star of the tournament.
Okay.
Yeah.
So top scorer and first star of the tournament
Yeah.
in this last game
Yeah.
that you played against Moncton and won in Miramichi.
Yeah. Well, like the top scorer and the first star was the whole tournament.
Ooh,
Yeah.
very nice. And when you're not getting away without anything, what do you have to brag about?
Well, we won this in Ottawa for second place, and I thought it was like really nice.
That's quite the thing to go to the nation's capital and
Yeah.
play hockey.
Yeah. I'm really proud.
So am I. Okay, so you play defense,
Yes.
all right. And have you always played that or always wanted to play that or it shifts around?
Well, like it depends if there's like enough players on the team. Sometimes I go forward, but I usually go to defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, ladies, is there a lot of girls that play hockey?
No, not around here.
No. So you have to travel quite a bit, eh?
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
go to play your games.
Yeah.
And you've played boys too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we know that girls are better than boys. I mean, that's just a given, isn't it?
Well, they won provincials, so
Yeah,
yes.
we don't even talk about the guys.
I mean, they're pretty amazing. Do you find it hard to balance between having to play hockey and get good and kind of the other stuff that you might like to do in your life?
Yeah. This year I missed 2 school dances to go to a tournament, so
Did you?
Were you heartbroken?
a little bit.
It's a
Yeah, they're
hard
fun, eh?
decision, right? Because it's a
Yeah.
social thing, and you want to be part of that. But then the playing hockey has to be one of your top priorities too.
Yeah.
Have you missed out on a lot, Meredith?
It depends when maybe sometimes birthdays because I can't always go to birthdays.
Right.
A lot of
Yeah.
parties going on.
Yeah.
How often do you girls practice in the week?
Once.
Twice, Sunday and
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are
Okay.
you center?
Yeah.
Center.
Yeah.
And you like that position? You wouldn't want to be changed around a whole lot, or do you
No.
have to?
Well, the girls they play center, but I also play wing too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay, so we've talked about. Can you talk about any more of the challenges of playing hockey? Like, so the rivalry. Do you play against girls that you know that you're friends with like outside of the arena?
Not really.
Not really.
No.
But as a team, you become probably really good friends.
Yeah. Because you're always together, right?
Yeah.
You hang out together a lot.
And this year, when we were playing against the boys, we made it to a tournament, a boys' tournament in Bay St. Anne,
Yes?
but we lost.
Yeah.
And so then they asked us if we wanted to be in the boys' provincials.
Or league,
And-
like
Well,
zones.
Yeah, like zones.
And we got
leagues.
second.
You
And
got
we
second?
got second.
Yeah.
We were the first girls' team to make it to the boys' finals.
That's
You're
amazing.
just amazing, is right. And the Pink Panthers, that's quite the cool name.
Yeah.
Do you have the theme song? Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah. I think that show is like twice their age.
I know that we don't even know what I'm talking about.
That was my favorite show.
Oh yeah, my era.
So you're hoping to keep playing hockey like all through school and
Yeah.
Do you want to play for your high school hockey team maybe?
Yeah.
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 What are you going to do when you win the Olympics one day?
Oh,
How are you going to celebrate?
we're gonna have them back on the show.
We definitely will. So tell us some more things that we as women that do not play hockey should know about the sport. How you prepare for the sport, like physically, emotionally, mentally. Like you have to really be in shape, number one, right?
Yeah.
What's your regime?
Do you do a lot of exercising?
Kinda.
Not a whole lot.
Well, I like doing it because it makes us stronger.
It does.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you do other sports besides hockey?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
soccer in the summer.
So Hillary, you do soccer. You play soccer in the summertime. And Meredith?
I'm playing mini handball now for my school, and I do soccer in the summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Lola May?
I play basketball and a little bit of volleyball.
So you have a good variety in your
Wow.
life. I just wish.
Yeah. Well, I did play. I played volleyball and basketball.
I played volleyball. I was not that greatest though.
I was not that great either. But you know what? That's the thing I will say though is that you ladies are really lucky because I miss being part of a team. Like I don't have a lot of that right now. Like I don't play any sports anymore. So I miss being part of a team. You know that
Camaraderie.
that knowing that you have some other people to depend on, right? Because when you go out there on the ice, it's not just you winning or losing, right? It's your whole team together. Yeah.
How do you deal with the losses? I mean,
Yeah.
let's face it. Okay, so you've played 55 games since September, since the season started.
Yeah.
And how many wins?
38.
Woo! Oh my! To be reckoned with. That's huge.
But that's a great question.
So
Judy.
yeah, how do you
What
deal
do
with
you
the
do when you
losses?
lose?
Do you just kind of
Well, if it's like a big game, we might be a bit sad, but
Yeah.
like some games, we're good with it.
do you talk to each other afterwards and kind of pat each other in the back and
yeah.
say
So,
next time?
Yeah, coaches talk to us and just tell them, we know like you played hard, but like
And you'll get them next time.
yeah.
And you'll get them. That's what I say next time.
Yeah.
Do you find you sometimes get a little bit sulky though? You know how the NHLers get a little bit. Let's face it. Sometimes they get. My father calls one of them a big sook, and he's one of the better players. I won't say who it is, but my dad goes, "He's just a big sook. He can't take a loss." But some people can't help it. They get really personally downed if they don't, win. You just kind of slide away, or you just kind of have a few moments. Hillary, what do you do?
I don't really know.
You just brush it off.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions for these girls?
Yeah.
There's so much to ask them.
Meredith and Hillary, do you find it tough having your dads coach?
Well,
I mean, I know they're great coaches. I know that you love them and they're great dads. But do you find it tough having them as a coach?
don't know.
I don't really find.
Have you ever had other coaches besides your dads? So you probably don't
Yeah.
know the difference.
Yeah, I do for spring
Yeah.
hockey.
Okay.
Well, the good thing is you can talk to them on the off
Yeah.
time too.
Yeah.
They can have little one-on-ones with you about skill moves and things that you can do to enhance your game, right?
Yeah.
Like if they can pick your brain and say, "What'd you think about this that you did?" and then let's try to work around it differently
Yeah.
next time.
They understand the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how far do you travel? You've been to Ottawa, but on a given, say on a monthly basis, it's a game in Miramichi and a game where PEI you travel to.
Yeah.
We had two tournaments in PEI.
How did that go?
We got first, and then
Well, you got first. Is all.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
It's the only one you
the only
remember
one that we
right now.
really want to count on, right?
yeah.
So what would you want to say to other girls that are thinking about playing hockey?
Little
it's
girls.
It's fun
And-
to play.
You'll get somewhere probably
Yeah.
if you work hard.
Yeah.
Any words of wisdom, Lola May?
If you keep trying, you're going to accomplish your dreams.
Yeah.
So your dreams, as Veronique was indicating, are they're going to take you forward with the hockey. But can you see yourself playing professional women's hockey one day? Or let's start off with university hockey.
Gosh, I
High
hope
school, university. You want to keep on going?
Yeah.
Do you think we'll ever see like the women's NHL?
Ooh, that would be so
I
amazing.
know.
Yeah, I hope.
Can you make it happen or what?
Well, I mean, if you think about the Olympics, right, and the women's hockey team, they have been absolutely amazing, right?
Yeah.
The Canadian women's hockey team has been absolutely amazing.
Do you watch
Right?
it?
Yeah.
You've seen them?
Well,
Yeah.
we know.
We,
Philip.
the captain of the Team
Yeah.
Canada, Mary Philippe, she came to a camp with us 2 summers in a row.
Holy cow!
That's an
Remember
experience.
Yeah.
She's
So you've
really
had a lot.
nice.
A lot of insight.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite overall player? Like just say women's, or it could be a guy in the NHL. Who do you aspire to be? Who do you look up to as your role model?
Mary Philippe.
Mary
Philippe
Philippe
Team
Poulin.
Canada
Yes,
captain.
Yeah.
yes. I've seen her and listened to her and talking.
Me too.
You
my
too?
Philip, yeah.
Lola May. The same lady.
And my dad's a goalie too,
Cool.
so I kind of look up to him.
I'd be so stressed out in the net. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a really important. Well, they're all important positions, but it's pretty. People get really focused on the goalie when the puck's going down the ice.
But it takes 5 people to get past until it reaches the net, right?
Yeah.
So you're depending on your defense and all the people around you to stop
Sure.
that puck before it gets close to you.
Yeah.
So you need a strong team, which you have around you. How many on the team?
15.
15.
Okay. And Pee Wee is what age?
From
Grade 6.
grade 6 to grade 7.
Okay. And you are in grade, let's go again. You're in grade 5 and you girls are in grade 6.
No, Meredith's in grade 5.
You're both in grade 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you had any injuries to date that are worth mentioning, like any setbacks? Nothing.
Really,
No.
So you're careful and you're
Well, I broke my arm this summer, but
Not playing hockey.
no, playing soccer.
playing soccer.
Yeah.
Did that affect your like pre-hockey kind of?
I only missed 1 camp.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So what do you think are the most important qualities for young girls to have? Like it could be regarding hockey, just personality-wise. What are some of the top traits that you look to as being the best for females? Well, we talked about determination. We talked about going for it, no matter what. Keep on going. Is that what you think? Strength and determination?
Yeah.
Teamwork.
Just keep on trying.
The
and-
teamwork's so important.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, being part of a team is so important.
Yes.
You know,
And
'cause
team
we're a team.
spirit.
We're a team.
We are a team, and we get along.
We do.
And even when we're off the set, we get along.
We
So you girls too,
Yeah.
off and on the ice.
Yeah.
Do you have any more questions? Any last words, or how much time do we have?
Well, we have another couple minutes left.
Good,
Yeah,
good,
which
good.
is good. So now, do you have is the season done now, or do you have any other tournaments coming up?
No, the season's done, but there's spring hockey.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
do you play
Yeah.
spring hockey? Hockey never really ends, eh? There's
No.
spring hockey, and then there's summer hockey, and then you go into like hockey,
Yeah.
right? So there's some more tournaments coming up
For spring, yeah.
for spring.
But you're playing today, aren't you, Meredith?
Well, I'm playing mini handball.
Mini handball tournament, and you have something going on today, Hillary?
Yep, 2 practices.
And that's for spring hocky.
Yeah, for
Okay,
boys.
and what about you? Can you just sit back now and retire? Sit in your laurels?
No, I'm doing spring hockey too.
You are?
I was supposed to have a practice today, but I came to do this.
I'm so
See,
happy
look,
you
we
did.
were important.
No, I know. I know. And it's important for the viewers to see
Yes.
what you young ladies have accomplished as a team.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of all of you. And I just look at them and I think, they're this young and doing this much and successful at such an age. Imagine what's to come.
So do you get to play now? So next year for winter hockey, are you going to be? So you're all the same Panthers together?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's good, right? Because then you
Yeah.
get more used to each other, and
Yeah.
you get to really know each other and how you play. That's wonderful.
And we have to give a real shout out to your parents. I
Oh.
mean, I know when I was young and I did whatever I did, my school travel, that my parents were 100% behind me, and you can honestly say that yours are too, can't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, we
really-
dragged all your parents out today, didn't we?
Are they great cheerleaders? Like, do you want your parents sitting there going, "Go, girls, go," or do you want silent cheerleaders that kind of root for you but don't scream your name out? What do you like?
Both.
I like.
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes when it's like a tie game, they'll start cheering for us, like saying our cheers,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
that'll get us moving.
That keeps you
Yeah.
going, eh?
And I bet they're loud and clear.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's nail biting too when it goes right down to the
You
game.
never spent any time in the rink, eh, Judy?
I kind of had a home at the rink.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like it a whole lot. I loved it, but I was always afraid of injuries. I was a
Because
worried.
both your boys played hockey.
They both did play hockey, and my hockey days are over. And I do miss the aspect of watching the games and the social part of it, but I'm always cold, so the rink for me was just not the greatest. But we're talking about a complex coming here, like a new, down the road. They're talking about maybe having a new facility, which would incorporate, of course, arena.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We want to say thank you to all three of you for coming today. We're so thankful that you were here and talked about what you're doing and what's to come. And we want to make sure that you don't go too far. We still have more show coming up. Go on, grab a coffee. I always like to grab a coffee on break. And join us back for Have a Chat in a few minutes. So thanks, girls, and don't go too far.
Keep
We're going
on
to take a look
going.
at your trophies here and talk for
We'll
them.
have you back with more trophies.
All right, we'll see you again soon. Don't go too far. Hi, and welcome back to Have a Chat. We hope you're comfy and you're going to enjoy our last segment here today. I am your host today, Veronique Arsenault, and I am joined by my co-host, Judy Lozier.
Yeah,
and always wonderful. And Audrey isn't here with us today. She had some family commitments on this wonderful Easter Monday. So, but now we are joined by the wonderful, amazing, incredible Kara Scott.
And you've been here once, way back when.
Yes. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, it's time. It's time. We need sometimes to have guests back that really make an impact on the viewers and the listening, because it's important.
Well, and so much information Kara has.
That's
So now I'm sure most people in our region know you, because I'm sure that you have trained most of the dogs in the
pretty
area.
much. Yeah, I've trained over 1,000. So,
Tell the viewers about you though a little bit
a little bit about
first.
Kara Scott.
okay, a little bit about me. So I started this gig about, well, it's been 18 years.
Wow.
And I started because I bought a couple of pups and didn't know how to train them. So I called around, wasn't satisfied with what was available for service. So I thought, well, there's got to be a better way. So I decided to find a school to study in. So I did. I found one in Victoria, BC.
Because that's close.
Yes. Yes, very close. And I was actually working for the federal government at the time, and I was pregnant. And so much to my father's chagrin, I quit my job with the federal government, flew to the other side of the country. So, you know, when you quit a job with the federal government and you're pregnant, you've basically said, I don't need mat leave.
Yeah.
I don't need money in general.
Right.
A beautiful
funny.
Victoria.
Yeah, it was beautiful. So I went out there and I studied, and it was by far the hardest course I've ever taken.
Really?
Yeah, and I have 2 degrees,
Yep.
and that was definitely harder. It was very intense, and I got to work with about 150 different dogs out there. And I worked Monday to Friday, 9 in the morning till 9 at night, training dogs. I had no friends, no family. I borrowed a dog, and
you were pregnant.
I was pregnant.
And so for how long was this course again?
I was there for 3 months.
Okay, and it was 9 to 9, like long
Yeah, and then on the
days.
weekends I had no friends, nothing to do, so I just hung out with this dog Rosie, who was very, very well trained by the end of it, because I had nothing to do but practice.
And
So you borrowed the dog.
I borrowed a dog. I could have brought my own, but I didn't know that, and I didn't want to fly. I had 2, so how do you pick one, right? So anyway, I had nowhere to stay either, so it was a friend of a friend of a friend who said, I'll pick her up at the airport, and that's it. We clicked immediately. She said, well, you're going to live with me. So, and then she had a dog, and I was like, well, this is working out well. So anyway, I ended up with her dog, and it killed me to leave Rosie behind.
Of course.
Yeah.
But we know how important it is in this area, how badly it was needed, and you knew that.
Yeah.
So then you moved back and opened up your own business in what year?
2001.
That's a long time. You said that. So
It's incredible.
It was called Leader of the Pack,
Leader of the
if I'm
Pack.
correct?
Yeah, leader of
And
the
you
pack.
were the leader.
I am.
And she's got quite the pack.
I do.
Where do you want to begin with the importance of, like having that new puppy and training it so that you have the best dog you can possibly have?
Well, I think training your dog is extremely important, no matter what. I've never had a client walk out of my class saying, gee, I'm sorry I trained my dog.
Yeah.
People are always thankful when they leave that, you know, it's a big investment financially and time, more time than anything, because it's not just the 1 hour that you're putting in a week with me, it's the time every single day to be consistent with what you're doing with your dog. So that's important. But what I see a lot is aggression. I see a lot of people that have aggressive dogs, or they don't know they have aggressive dogs, or alternatively, they think they have an aggressive dog and they don't.
Oh, interesting.
Well, and I worry about that with Jenny, right? And
Yeah.
we've talked about this because, and I did bring Jenny to class. Now, I stopped bringing Jenny to class because of my own time limitations, and I wasn't working with her, and there was too much going on at the time. I'm going to try it again, but I had to put a muzzle on Jenny because now Jenny is a wonderful, affectionate, you know, amazing doggy.
And her breed, you might want to say, is?
Yeah, she's an Australian sheepdog, literally from Australia, actually.
Yeah, beautiful.
She came over with somebody else. So anyway, but what I've noticed at times is that I get very nervous with her around other dogs because she tends to start growling and to lunge, right? So we put a muzzle on Jenny, and it was the most pitiful thing I have ever seen and lived through. I will be honest, because she cried in my lap every time we went.
Okay, so you're a wimp.
Yes, I know.
Just
Yes.
to state the fact.
Let's just be clear.
Let's just be clear.
Yes.
Dogs aren't going to love muzzles.
No.
They're not going to love it right off. I brought one with me.
Brought one. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is the one that we put on Jenny.
Yeah.
I thought it was for me.
It could.
No?
No, we could find one probably.
Sure.
But why would we? So this is by far the best brand that I have found. But I'm not gonna get into selling the brand. But this is actually a training muzzle because it's a basket muzzle. You often see the type that it's like a piece of Velcro that goes around their mouth just to hold their mouth shut, which is excellent for emergency situations. Dog gets hit by a car, you're trying to help it.
Oh, okay.
Or you're trying to clip their nails, something quick, and you don't want the dog to get bit.
Right. Or you too.
Or the dog. Yeah. You probably won't bite the dog. No. You don't want the dog to bite you.
Correct.
So
I'm with you so far.
Yeah. So this will allow the dog to have their mouth open. They can bark. They can take treats.
Yes.
They can
and Jenny
drink.
did take treats in it.
They can drink and they can pant. Which
And
is
all the breathing room. I mean, it's wide open basically.
Well,
on the
and that's the
sides.
thing is they can pant because that's how they cool down, right? They don't have sweat glands. So they need that. So this is a training muzzle, so very important that this is the kind that you use. Now, you stick this on any dog's face and they're going to hate it.
Of course.
I'm a wimp.
No, but
You're a
I've
wimp,
seen
but,
them with them and they do.
but if you put it on and they're going to hate it. But if you put it on and work with them, then they get to love it. All of my dogs wear muzzles, all of them. I had 3 dogs, all 3 of them. This belongs to one of my dogs, and all 3 of them wear them.
You mean in the training process, or just out and about?
Out and about.
You do wear them all the time.
One of my dogs has fear aggression, same as Jenny. So I'm a lot less stressed if he has a muzzle on because then I don't worry about what he's going to do
Right.
if somebody's dog approaches my dog.
Safety.
Then I just relax. He can't possibly hurt them.
Right.
So the way to start it, you don't just put this on and expect the dog to behave because they're not going to, guaranteed. But put this on, you just put it on the dog like this, you take it off, you give your dog a treat. That's step 1.
Okay.
Then you put it on a little longer, take it off, give a treat. And you just keep building it up until you can actually fasten the muzzle and give treats. And sometimes I'll even take, do you ever see those pretzel rods? If you take a pretzel rod and squirt, this is like horrible for what to eat, but you can buy cheese in a can.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, you can.
You guys do know about that?
Yes, yes.
Really? No,
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah, cheese in a can.
Okay.
Spray that on a pretzel rod, stick that in, the dog will eat that. They think they've died and gone to heaven.
Peanut butter might work too.
Peanut butter works
My
too.
dog
yeah.
loves peanut
My
butter.
dogs don't like peanut butter.
Oh, mine does.
So you put the dog gets to associate this with something good.
With cheese in a can.
Cheese in a can. How bad could that possibly be?
Can't be bad at all.
Perfectly healthy.
Ew.
So you want the dog to associate this with something good, and then
Right.
eventually put it on, take them for a walk, and then you put it on, give them a belly rub, take it off. So there's a lot of muzzle work to
Okay.
do prior to taking a dog out and expecting them to actually work with a muzzle on.
Now, Kara, like for my dog, she has a halty, which is just because she's a big dog and I'm a smaller woman. So for her to haul on my back and haul me while I'm walking her, it just keeps her back. Well, she can breathe and she can do. But you know what? It's bad enough, the common perception when I'm walking her with that on. Now, what do people find? They must think, oh my God, here comes a lady with an aggressive dog with a muzzle. Because they even say to me, which my dog's not in a muzzle,
it's a halty.
Oh my gosh, your dog must be a fierce dog that you have that. And I say, no, it's not. But for you that does have a muzzle on, what do they say?
Well, you're right, it does scare people. But I'm more scared of the dog that doesn't have the muzzle on.
Yes.
Because with the muzzle on, they can't hurt you. And realistically, I don't expect my dog to do anything. But I can't control other people's dogs.
It's true.
Right.
And my dog, as you know, is beautiful.
I love Dodger.
He's very lovely, and you would never look at him and think that he has any type of aggression. He knows he's not allowed to lunge. He knows he's trained. My dog is trained, and I don't expect him to lunge at another dog out in public. But if another dog lunges at him, he's going to react. Yeah. And because if he's going to get bit, then So I don't trust that other people aren't going to bring their dog to mine. So when I put that on, that kind of says, whoa, back off.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
So I hate to bring this up, but I want to bring it up, and you can avoid the question if you want to. But the Pitbull gets a bad name, and I know people that have beautiful Pitbulls. They love them. They're well-behaved dogs. They're just amazing, and they get a bad rep. So is it the dog that can, like that? You know how the dogs have maybe they're water dogs, or they have certain specialty dogs, you know, hunting dogs. Do they have a certain characteristic that makes them, if not properly trained, actually more aggressive? Can you talk about it?
Okay, so I've trained. Oh yeah, I don't mind at all. I love pit bulls.
Okay.
I've trained probably 100 of them. 0 of them were aggressive.
Matt, see?
0.
And I will admit to having a fear of pit bulls, only because nothing's happened.
The stigma.
Right. Yeah. Right. And I know I Darcy McLaughlin, who's been on our show, who works for 95.9 Sun FM, has a wonderful pit bull and lovely dog.
The danger with a pit bull is the bite. Their bite is not the same as another dog's. Their mouth is shaped differently. Typically, a dog's snout is like so, right?
Okay.
It's long and it's narrow. Pit bulls is like this. So when they grab on, they have a bigger bite.
Right.
Their bite is about 10 times stronger than that of a lab, say.
Okay.
And their jaw locks.
So that's very interesting to know.
Which is terrifying.
No, but it's something I wouldn't have known.
Yeah. Their bite is very different. So when they bite, they make the news.
Right.
If you look statistically at how many dogs have bitten, now it's been a while since I looked at the stats, but most hospitalized dog bites came from labs.
Okay. Oh, which are another beautiful breed.
Right. But is it because labs are more aggressive, or is it because there's more labs out there in the world? Right? Yeah. But if I have a video on my Facebook page, and I'll take it and I'll pin it to the top so people can actually see it, because it's of a pit bull that I was training. And it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. There was a little feather on the ground, and the pitty kept going around absolutely terrified of this feather. Aww. So it's like, yes, this is the world's most terrifying breed.
A little intimidated by a feather.
Yeah, so it's not the dog. It's usually the trainer, the owner. Yeah.
What are the hardest dogs to train as far as the in and out business goes, the peeing and the other?
My bud.
Is it really?
My little
to
bud.
Me, that's one of the, once you can get past the training of them to go and do their number, to me, that's thank the Lord. Yes. But it's people are very reluctant to be bothered doing it a lot of the time, and therefore the dog never gets trained properly to go out and do it.
So for me to say one breed is worse than the other,
our Yorkie is pretty. I had a Yorkie, and it was pretty bad. He was.
I find that it's consistency is key.
Yeah, it is.
If you are prepared to take your dog out at the certain times and when they need it, and pay attention to what they're doing, and be consistent so that the dog knows what to expect, you probably won't have any problem. A Yorkie's not worse than a lab or a Goldie or
so really, like, what you teach humans as much as you teach dogs, right? And really what you're teaching us is how to understand our pups and how to give them what's expected, because they don't understand when we yell at them.
No.
right?
No.
And so it's to teach us how to teach them what's expected.
And your dog will do exactly what you expect them to do.
Yeah, like I'll leave
Exactly.
bread not too, like it's not far back enough off the counter,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it could be a thing of bagels.
Oh yeah.
I come in and there's that bagel bag open and she's gotten them. Whose stupidity is it? Mine.
Yeah.
For tempting the dog by leaving it,
Yeah.
or a piece of meat thawing on the counter like
yeah.
that, just thawing out.
See, I would challenge you.
What?
I would say, no, your dog should be able to tolerate that. They should not be stealing your food.
Okay,
You should
exactly.
teach
So
them to not steal the food.
Okay.
You should be able to leave, I don't know why you would, but you should be able to leave it on the floor and have your dog
Yeah, we're not
not
doing
take
that.
it.
So that's what we should have. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
see,
that's
you're teaching us as much as you're teaching the doggies.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely. And when I studied dog training, that was, I mean, like I said, it was the hardest thing I've ever taken. But training a dog is easy. Give me your dog for a day, and I'll give it back trained.
I keep trying to get
You
her to
mean
move
that
in
I
with
can
me.
get her now at almost 7 to stop eating food off the counter?
I could.
I don't mean that I do it now. It happened 1 or 2 times that I had fresh
No, I keep
bread.
trying to get her to
and
move
she
in with me.
grabbed it, and I thought, oh my God.
I would love a day with Jenny.
I know. I'm like, please move in with me.
No,
Please move in with me.
seriously, in one day, I can have your dog understanding the rules.
That's amazing.
Guaranteed.
But then I have to. But
Can
I have to be
it's
consistent.
going to take a lot longer to get you to understand the rules.
Yes.
hon.
I know.
That's the thing.
No, it was just stupidity putting any food near. But like again, you're kind of trusting that they're at this age that she's not going to be. She had not always done that. It's more lately, for some reason. Maybe
'Cause
it's
she's
better,
getting away
better
with it.
bagels.
Better bagels.
Yeah,
She's getting
it's
away with
tasty.
it. Your dog will do exactly what you expect them to do. If you expect your dog to be a rock star and perfect, your dog is going to be, because you will not settle for less. And you will not tolerate that nonsensical behavior of stealing bagels.
So how do you? Would you want to share it, or do you want people to come to you to find out the answer, like how to actually reprimand a dog for doing that? Would you rather they came to you and got the
I can
information?
tell you super easy.
Okay.
You put a dog, you set them up. It's always about the setup. Yeah. So you set them up so that they will do the undesirable behavior.
Right. There's Judy putting the bagels on the counter. There's Diva back there salivating.
Yes,
Okay.
right.
And I leave the room.
Push them closer to the edge so that Diva can actually get them. Open the bag, lay them out there. Put some sprinkles on them. Really entice her.
Oh, like really good stuff.
Really good.
Cheese out of the can.
Cheese out of the I think Vero has some in her.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now we've set her up.
Yep, so she's set up. And
So
then
we got a minute. We have a minute left.
We have 1 minute.
Yes.
Okay. Wow, this has been so fun. So you want the bagel to correct her. So she goes to take the bagel. You are going to make the sky fall. She can't know that you did it. So you can use horns and water guns and all kinds of things so that she thinks that just by touching the bagel, all these things happen.
Oh.
I better go get some water
Yep.
guns and stuff.
Me,
this
it's
afternoon.
the TV. Jenny, as soon as she sees the horses on TV, she loses her mind and she's gonna knock over the TV.
That's
at one point. She
amazing.
is- Yeah.
Yeah.
You've learned a lot. I mean, we could have Kara a whole other show.
Yes, and
but
actually,
the muzzle was important.
next time we need to go film you doing some doggy stuff.
Yeah, do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I have classes going all the time.
How to reach you real quick.
So you need to check out Kara's Facebook page, Leader of the Pack. Sit happens, as she says.
Happens.
But you know what? Thanks so much, Kara. Thanks so much, Kara, and we will see you next time. Check out Kara's Facebook page. We'll share it, and join us next Monday live. Thanks very much. Take care.
Bye-bye.